Hello Aries, and welcome to your May 2021 video. Now this month we're going to have Mercury Retrograde, we're going to have eclipse season, we're going to have Jupiter entering into Pisces. So there's a lot of changes and points of transformation, especially with eclipse season happening in the month of May. Now on the 4th of May we have Mercury entering into your third house. On the 9th, we have Venus in the third house. And on the 21st, we have the Sun also in the third house. Communication, networking. It's all about communication with the third house, how we communicate to others, what is our mental ability about. Don't overthink it. Okay, especially with Mercury in the third house, you can really start thinking and analyzing every little detail like in overboard. But really think things through, but don't overthink it. Communication, Venus wants for that loving communication, that emotional communication. You can even discuss money because Venus also rules that. And on the 21st, that's Sun, vitality and opportunity in the third house, communication, friends. We often sometimes really neglect to see what communication can do for us and how we speak to the right people about the right things, the right understanding and clarity it can give us. Remember, it's Mercury in the third house, so it wants to give you more clarity, not over analyzing things, but more clarity of things, more understanding of things. Networking, if you have any business or ideas, or if you're working somewhere you want to be seen more, network yourself and put yourself out there. Don't be afraid. Share your mind. Venus wants you to share your mind with others so others can receive it well from you. Don't be afraid. Really think things through. Put yourself out there, network, information, read something. Reading materials to help you with what you want to create and what you want to bring into your life will be excellent during this Mercury time as well, during Mercury being there and Venus and the Sun. So all about the third house this month. Then on the 11th of May, we're going to have the new moon happen, your second house, talents, value, and resources. New moon there is great for new opportunities when it comes to your money, your value, your resources, and people who support you. You might find support in the most unlikely of places. Value, you'll have more value of self, and your talents, explore them to bring in better resources when it comes to your finances, working with your money, and really, fine-tuning your money basically. And this new moon gives you that new opportunity for that. Now, on the 14th, Jupiter enters Pisces until the 29th of July. 12th house is like a lucky charm. And it feels like you haven't felt very lucky for a while. You felt like, gosh, the universe is just giving me one thing after another, and it can be complicated. But that being said, the new moon and giving you that new beginning and new opportunities, and by the 14th you have Jupiter in Pisces. It's definitely offering you that lucky charm energy. 12th house is about closing doors and letting go, but Jupiter being there, it gives you an expansion and you're able to do it more easier. You're able to resolve things a lot more easier. Jupiter there gives you higher learning to your subconscious mind and your own fears. It's a lucky charm where you just feel protected from anything bad. You just have that extra shield. Even if something bad is going to happen, you just don't go there. You just feel it. You intuitively and instinctively just feel it, and you just happen to be at a different place. That's that energy of that 12th house. And it wants you to feel connected to your spiritual self and see that your spirits and your guides and your angels are all there watching over you. But there is closure and understanding and higher learning to the doors and healing and things you need to let go of. That's why it feels like you've been going through a lot. And that 12th house wants to close some doors, wants to bring healing, wants to bring expansion. Jupiter offers expansion, luck, opportunities. Yes, opportunities will come to you from maybe even situations that you've closed the door on. It's like you might close the door and feel, now I have room for something else, it'll be easier. Or the situation that you were going to put to an end now obviously gives you an opportunity, and it'd be so unexpected. But higher learning too, because Jupiter offers that. wanting to have an adventure, wanting to gain an experience. That's the thing about Jupiter kind of learning. It's not mercurial and like the planet Mercury where you have to get information. I spoke about that information and analyzing. Jupiter teaches us through experience. And you're going to have valuable experiences during this time that are going to teach you things about yourself and others that you wouldn't have even thought. And you'll just feel a bit more lucky than you usually do, which is a good thing for you. On the 26th, we have that lunar eclipse happening in that 9th house, expansion, growth, and travel. You're going to want to change things up in that 9th house. You want to basically be like, whoa, okay now. I need to change things. I need an adventure. I need to have deeper understanding. My spiritual beliefs are changing. Beliefs change in the 9th house, especially with the blood moon lunar eclipse. Your beliefs about yourself and situations need to change so that you can awaken and transform and to understand things in a different way. 9th house likes to teach us by experience too, because it's Jupiter ruled. So there's a lot about experience that's going to be gained during this time where you change and your beliefs change. It's like all of it, like say for instance, you believed like, here's a belief. People don't realize that maybe if they grew up and they saw, lack of love between parents, that becomes a subconscious belief. And now maybe you're able to release that. Or maybe that you thought, like if you saw if a parent was over nurturing maybe to your other parent, for example, and you would see that and you would think, oh, that's the way it needs to be. I need to be over nurturing and overly, loving. And then all of a sudden you will change and you're like, no, there needs to be some boundaries. That situation's different and I need something different. So that's what I mean when we change our beliefs. We change our beliefs around things. Or maybe you could be dating someone for years and that person, you were doing everything in the relationship. And all of a sudden, you'll be like, okay, now I need to change. My values need to change. I can't be doing everything. I'm suffering from burnout, and you have a lot of energy. But, sometimes you can also give a lot of energy. So during this time, you might want to change that. You might want to change how much of energy you put into certain situations. You might connect to a completely different spiritual path. You might find a new spiritual exercise that changes your whole life, a new meditation. Take maybe walking meditation works better for you than sitting meditation. Walking in nature. So it's all important to know that your beliefs and how you believe things and what you believe about yourself and the world around you is changing. On the 30th, we have that Mercury retrograde. People from the past come back. Exes from the past come back. It's a good time to reflect, review, and release things that we still hold on to. Now a good time to start a relationship. Our mind can become very foggy, so check when you're making appointments, that you're making it for the right time, and that, travel to. It can also affect that because it affects transportation. It's very good during Mercury retrograde to slow down because it slows everything down. You feel mentally foggy because Mercury is in retrograde, but you're more connected to your heart. Mercury is like, it almost looks, Mercury's not moving backwards. It just looks from Earth's point of view that's moving backwards. So we feel a bit backwards in our conversations and what we say. And that's where the miscommunication happens and relationships end and situations just ends and friendships end because, it wants to show us that we're changing and we all of a sudden more connected to our heart and our intuition so that we can see things a bit more clearly and understand things about ourselves more clearly. So that's Mercury retrograde. You can complete things. Look at anything that you're signing for, read, reread, and reread. And just know that Mercury retrograde is a time to slow down and we need it. As much as it challenges us, we need Mercury retrograde to show us the past. You can't move forward if you don't know where you went wrong. That's it. Your card for this month of May is protection. You and your loved ones and your possessions are safe and protected by heaven. This is a beautiful card and it's so in alignment to the Jupiter message of being that lucky charm in the 12th house. You are safe. You're protected. And trust that message. That's what it means. You have that lucky charm feeling about yourself. And even if things don't work out, know that there's a reason because you are protected and you're being protected from something. And I know that sometimes can be very annoying when people say that, but you are. And so allow for that energy and know that because this Jupiter's in Pisces, from the 13th of May until the 29th of July, we're planting seeds for what we're going to do come next year. Because after 29th of July, it moves back into Aquarius until December. Then Jupiter enters Pisces once again, and we go into 2022. So just use it as a time to know that you're protected and you are a lucky charm. Thank you so much for watching.